Hello, this is a tutorial about an indirect instructional strategy called reflective discussion, and we're going to use a social media tool in order to engage in reflective discussion. The purpose for reflective discussion is to use questions that will stimulate reflection and extend comprehension for students, to challenge the students' thinking, and to allow students the ability to share personal thoughts and feelings. So it allows students to gain knowledge through their experience, their imagination, and analysis. And one of the ways that you can use technology to work with reflective discussion, we'll talk about in a second. I want to point out this tool here. This is a visual. The SAMAR model, which stands for Substitution, Augmentation, Modification, and Redefinition, was created by Dr. Ruben Pentadura. And it's how you go about instilling technology into the classroom. You start at the lower level, the substitution level, where the tech acts as a direct substitute with no functional change to the teaching and learning. And eventually you work your way up to augmentation, and then you're really transforming the learning once you move it up to modification and then redefinition. In the redefinition area, you cannot actually do the classroom activity without technology. So think about things like a guest speaker that you bring in with a Skype call. Without the technology, the guest speaker is located geographically in a different spot. There's no way you can have that guest speaker in class. So you have the guest speaker who can share some information with your students through technology from a distance. So this particular visual shows Bloom's taxonomy, the levels of Bloom's, from the lower levels, remembering and understanding, up through applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. And it ties those Bloom strategies to levels of the SAMAR model. So it's a visual that allows you to target a higher level of cognitive skills and some significant impact on student learning at those particular levels related to Bloom's. And we will think and discuss this particular instructional strategy as it relates to a flipped classroom model. The tool we are going to use is a social media tool called Twitter. Twitter, you may have heard of. It's a 140 character ability to post out in the blogosphere, out in the internet, your thoughts and ideas regarding something. If you do not have an account, twitter.com/sign up allows you to get to an account. Once you have an account, you log in. So I've now logged in to my account. So you might ask, why would I want to tweet or use a Twitter account with my students? Well, one reason is a lot of your students are already using this particular tool. They already have a mobile device of some sort, and they are regularly engaging in social media, so this is another way for you to reach them. It allows you to extend the class outside of the physical classroom and or the specific classroom time. You also have the ability, once you have a subject or two that are out there in tweets, you can actually bring it back to the classroom, either to the online discussion board, or you can actually bring it into a face-to-face situation. Now, the way that you can use this is to create a hashtag for your students to follow, and then they will always have access to a particular link or tweet that you are going to put out there. As you run across something in your readings or in information that you subscribe to, that get access to provide content for your classes, and or your students have the ability to add additional things that they run across that's current, that's live on a daily basis, they can do the same thing. It helps if you start by creating a hashtag. In this case, I have a hashtag which is this symbol here. It looks like a number sign, and then I have my last name and then my course, FIN 325. This is Finance 325 banking and financial institutions. So here's a particular information that got a particular website that I follow, and it said that the Fed won't consider raising interest rates until October, and this is a link to the particular article, so students can click on that and get access to that. And so then I created, how does this impact a business considering expansion? This allows students to carry on a conversation with you on something real. It's topic specific to what's going on in your class, and it's currently happening, since this is something that I got off a website, CNBC, just today when I'm making this tutorial. So you have the ability then to engage in this particular conversation other than maybe that once a week that you're going to see the students in class. It allows you to continue or extend that class outside the period of time of the actual class. If you get a few students to participate and this becomes a very rich discussion, you can actually then bring it either into class and continue it if you're in a face-to-face environment by saying, hey, here's something that got tweeted out this week, a couple of you participated, and maybe you put that up on the board. Maybe if you're using one of the other tools like Socrative exit ticket, maybe that can be a question that is the third question in your exit ticket that you have out on the board that they can continue to have some discussion, and you can extend the class period. You can literally find out what their opinion is. What exactly do they comprehend? You can challenge their thinking and have the students have to defend their particular position or their personal thoughts and feelings. So it can be a very powerful tool. Again, you're limited to 140 characters, so sometimes you have to take advantage of abbreviations and try to shorten your sentence. So oftentimes I'll put out more than one tweet if it's something where I can't get everything in that 140 characters. So this is indirect instruction. It's a reflective discussion is the instructional strategy. So we're using reflective discussion in a learner-centered environment, and this can help you with that flipped classroom model where you're trying to engage the students, outside of class in a different way.